Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Aidan Answers Among Us, the podcast episode 2 about the Skeld. We're gonna start about the Skeld. We're not gonna talk about the tasks individually, but we're gonna talk about some ways to clear yourself, which may include tasks, and of course the location, because we won't talk about how to do the tasks, that's all. That'll be for another video because we know that tasks normally are on a few, say mat based scan is on Skeld, Polus, and I want to say Mira. I'm not sure if it's on Airship. I haven't played a lot on Airship and it's too big. We're gonna start in the cafeteria where there's this emergency meeting button, which is of course the most useful thing if you look at it that way. It's where everyone, of course, if you call it emergency meeting, everyone will teleport there. And I think that's what most people do in the cafeteria, other than tasks. Now, we're gonna move right down to admin, and in admin we actually have a 3 vent system from cafeteria to admin to spot in between shields and navigation. Beware of this spot though, because a camera can actually see it. It's like the only vent, if I'm not wrong, where the camera can see that. And don't vent out of there if there's a blinking red light on the camera. Blinking red light, just in case you don't know, it means that someone's watching you on the camera. In admin, of course, other than the tasks, the most famous thing to do in admin is probably O2. No, it's not the admin table. No one uses the admin table, and honestly, the admin table it's honestly kind of useless. You can't really say it's useful. It's not that useful. No, it's not that useful. But there's the O2 sabotage, which imposters love to do because it splits up the entire crew. I know that it seems like admin and O2 are very close, and yes, that's true. But if you want me to walk from one, you need to go through A storage, the area near communications, shields, and then that walkway. But the other way will be going to cafeteria, and then weapons, and then into O2. So it's easy for the imposter but hard for the crewmate to go. Next up, we are going to talk about storage. Now, storage is quite an interesting one. Of course, you can clear yourself with trash. We're not going to talk too much about that. Not much interaction here. Although if you want to get away with kill in these 3, storage, cafeteria, and admin, it will most likely be your best spot to get away with a kill. Now let's go to the left side where there's electrical. I think this is probably the room that everyone knows about. You don't know, you know what electrical. Everyone knows electrical. It's like one of the rooms they can't avoid. I mean, people love sabotaging. The best sabotage, I have said this many times, the best sabotage is electrical. It is the best sabotage. It is really, it feels really hard to guess where everyone else is during if you sabotage lights. And I mean, you can just kill someone in front of someone else and they won't know. But you know, the thing that's very interesting about that is that imposters are not going to they sometimes are not going to realize that lights is out because they've got full vision, remember, and therefore they will kill another crew. They will not kill another crewmate. That's a bad idea. You can see whether the lights are off at the top left. At the back there's a vent, a 3 vent system between electrical, med bay, and security. So let's vent right up the med bay, and of course off the back, there's that med bay scan. There's also a camera there right outside of med bay. I think there's this tactic because if nothing is on the left of med bay, everything is on the right side. So if you walk out facing right, you most likely vented. This is everyone's favorite vent after killing someone in the back of electrical. That's like one of the easiest places to kill someone because it's very unsuspecting. There are 4 tasks. We're not going to talk too much about that. Now let's vent into security. I could have walked there, but I vented there. This is what happens when you're too used to vents. There's a security camera, of course. I think that's a distinguishing feature. And the camera that everyone looks at is not the camera 1 at weapons and navigation. No, it's not camera 2 at admin. It's not camera 3 at Med Bay. They look at camera 4. Honestly, that is what most people do. And I know it's very irresponsible. It's, whatnot, all those words. But if you think about it, honestly, think about it this way. Think about it this way. Look, let's just say you don't really, if you look at it this way, you'll see that it's reasonable for players to not care about the other cameras. I mean, you care about your own safety first, then other people's safety. It's common sense. I think there's some theory for it. We'll probably do something about those kinds of stuff next time in another video. But anyways, that's all. That's all there is in security. There's the wires which sometimes occurs. It's actually the most common wires for me. Moving down and up into the upper and lower engine, nothing big there. It's mostly used as a transition point, and people often complain. This is their favorite complaint, by the way. You cannot sabotage the doors of reactor. Oh no, what will I do? I cannot sabotage the doors of reactor. Oh, the reactor is open and I cannot close them. It's actually really simple. Just close the doors for security and close the doors for upper and lower engine. There isn't a cooldown. If you're closing down doors, that means you can click on all the doors and close all of them down at once and there will be no cooldown. So that's a good tactic. But I only recommend you close the lower engine doors, upper engine doors, and security doors just in case someone is in security. Now, moving on, we're gonna go to, and by the way, the Skeld does not, and I'm gonna say this for the third time, does not allow you to open doors. That means you have to wait for the door to open. Next will be reactor, most famously for the reactor sabotage. Other than that, there's nothing else. There's a vent, route to lower engine. This is the fastest way to get up the map, with the exception of nav, which is the same. You can vent into reactor and vent up to upper engine. Same thing in navigation, but we'll talk about that later. Nothing much in reactor, as I said, other than the sabotage. Although that sabotage is one of the sabotages I don't like to do. Oxygen is better on any standard, but you have to sabotage reactors sometimes. Like if you killed someone at the right side, you want everyone running to the left. Now we're gonna do a quick jump. I don't know how I'm doing this. I'm not actually playing a game of Among Us, so yeah, just in case you didn't know. We're gonna go to weapons. Now, weapons is most famous for asteroids. Other than that, there's nothing else. Although there's a vent to navigation, and navigation is a vent to shields. Though, if you get caught standing on the vent, you can say you are doing the download tasks on that vent. So that is a tactic, a really common tactic. And I mean, sometimes people will sass you, but sometimes they will actually think you're innocent, and sometimes you actually have the task. So well, that's sad. And if you get killed in navigation, the next room, by the way, if you get killed in nav, I'm sorry if you heard some background noise. Something's happening in the background. Anyways, if you get killed in nav, you can actually, catch the killer, although you can't catch the killer. The people in camps will catch the killer. Because the people in camps mostly see 2 people go in and 1 person comes out. One person is an imposter, really unlikely, and vents out, and the other one just normally walks out. B, the one who walks out kills the guy inside, most likely. And C, of course, is the guy still doing another task, and like all 4 tasks in navigation, and well, that's just sad. You'll get accused. But of course, if they found out 2 people come, red and yellow goes in, and yellow comes out, and then the emergency button gets hit, and you realize that well, red is dead a second after. yellow comes out, so you can guess who killed. Moving on to O2, another O2 fixed room. Of course, that's where O2 came about. This is, well, honestly, no one goes here. Can I just say, no one goes to this oxygen room? And I mean, of course, they all think everyone thinks they're intelligent and knows that, oh, okay, in the future we know that there's a O2 in admin that we can also fix. And everyone then rushes to admin, and then everyone doesn't care about O2, and the sabotage happens. It is, well, the best sabotage in my opinion, other than lights. Shields. There's nothing in shields. Like, virtually nothing. It's the most boring and empty room, other than the room that no one has even heard about. No, seriously. I mean, people have heard about it, but let's be honest, who cares about this room? The only use for this room is fixing a sabotage, and it's not even like anyone sabotages comms. Really, unless the task bar is almost complete, do not sabotage comms. That's the worst idea, and I think a lot of people just run past comms and would like to believe that there is no such room as comms. So there you have it. All the entire Skeld map explained. If you like this video or you hated it, please like and subscribe so you never miss out on another podcast episode, and I will see you next time.